Question 19 says, consider the force F on a charge Q due to a uniformly charged spherical shell of radius r carrying charge Q distributed uniformly over it. Which one of the following statements is true for F if Q is placed at distance r from the center of the shell? So this is on electrostatics, and the concept involved is electric field due to a spherical shell of charge. Now we know that the electric field inside a uniformly charged spherical shell is 0 due to the shell itself, and outside we can give the expression as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by r square, where r is the distance from the center of the shell, but that is if the point is outside the shell. So if you look at the options, the first one says force is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square for all r. This is not correct, because when small r is less than the radius, the force is 0. So clearly one is an incorrect option. According to the second option, if we see, it says that for the distance less than the radius, the expression for force is given by this inequality. That means force can have any value from 0 to this value, which again is not correct, because the force is going to be equal to 0 if small r is less than capital R. Let's now look at the other two options. Third option says that if small r is greater than capital R, the force is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q small q by r square, which is a correct option, and so we can select this option. It's a correct one. Let's also examine the fourth option, which says that F is equal to this much for small r less than capital R. Again an incorrect statement. So clearly option 3 is the correct option for this question. Let's go to the next question now. Question 20 says a charged particle going around in a circle can be considered to be a current loop. A particle of mass m carrying charge q is moving in a plane with speed v under the influence of magnetic field B. The magnetic moment of this moving particle, the four options are given. Now as the particle is moving in a plane, clearly its motion is a circular motion. If it was in a 3D motion, we could have said that the motion is helical, but question clearly says that the particle is moving in a plane. Now if it is moving in a plane, then the expression for its magnetic moment, let's examine that. So first of all, let's draw a circle, and let's say this is a circle along which the charged particle is moving. So let's imagine that the particle is here at an instant and its velocity is directed like this at this moment, okay? So the particle is moving in the circular path due to magnetic force. So what should be the direction of the magnetic field? We assume that the charge on the particle is plus q. What is the direction of the magnetic field so that the charged particle experiences a centripetal force towards the center? If we imagine that the magnetic field is, for example, directed outward, V cross B will be pointing radially outward. So that cannot be the situation, right? If the magnetic field is pointing inward, then V cross B is pointing towards the center of the circle. So that means the direction of magnetic field in this particular case we can take it to be, pointing inward. So this is the direction of the magnetic field. And the expression for the magnetic moment is, its magnitude can be given as the area swept by the circle, and that area is pi into r square into current. The expression for current is charge q multiplied by the frequency. So we have this is as q into frequency f. So this is as far as the magnitude of the magnetic moment is concerned. Clearly magnetic moment in this case is going to point in the outward direction. So that means the direction of the magnetic moment is opposite to that of the direction of the magnetic field. So it means we can write the expression for the magnetic moment with its direction as, m vector is pi r square q f, and we can give a unit vector opposite to the direction of the magnetic field. So that means we put a minus sign here and we put vector b divided by its magnitude. So that is the expression. Now if we look at the options are in terms of the speed of the particle, mass, and of course the magnetic field. So that means in this expression we have to get rid of terms like r square, f, and maybe q also. So now to get rid of this, we look at some other equations. The centripetal force is qvb, and that is equal to mv square divided by r. So we have one equation here, and the expression for frequency can be given as the frequency is equal to v divided by 2 pi r. So now it's just a manipulation of the three equations that we have got. With the help of these three equations, we can eliminate other terms and get the expression for the magnetic moment vector, and after those manipulations the magnetic moment vector is coming out as minus mv square vector b divided by 2 times b square. That means option 1 is correct for question 20. Let's go to question number 21 now. Question 21 says the center of mass of a solid hemisphere of radius 8 centimeter is x centimeter from the center of the flat surface. What's the value of x? Now we know that the location of the center of mass of a uniform solid hemisphere is at a distance of 3r by 8 from its center of curvature. So if this is the center of curvature on this line, right, which is perpendicular to the base of this hemisphere, lies the center of mass at distance 3r by 8. So somewhere here is the center of mass, let's call it COM, and this distance is 3r divided by 8. So that means the distance x centimeter is in fact equal to 3 by 8 into the radius, which is 8 centimeter, and that clearly shows that the value of x is coming out as 3. So let's fill in 3 here. Question 21 is done. Let's go to question number 22 now.